Hey everyone, so today we are way away from our normal neck of the woods and we are gonna hope that we can find some smoky quartz crystals today. We're at a spot where Derek and I came last time and we found some awesome stuff. So I'm hoping we can find more of that amazing material. So fingers crossed and fingers crossed. Okay, so we're gonna go over and work the pocket that Derek and I were working last time. But I think first I wanna look in the slopes because we both found some really, really big crystals down here. Well, big by over here standards. Yeah, you can see that dark vein is actually just a solid vein of smoky quartz. Really the goal in looking at this loose broken up stuff is just trying to find a broken up vug of that stuff so we can find some crystals. So right now I am looking out for this kind of stuff right here. These are not actually good ones, but you can see those are actually crystal faces right here. So this is from a broken crystal, and it's because in these slopes those veins erode out of the softer rock, which means it is more likely that we can find loose, complete crystals. I just saw something dark behind me that I wanted to look at before I started recording, and I'm probably not going to be able to find it now. This is why you just grab stuff right when you see it, because, yeah, I don't know where it went. Well, I'm finding some stuff, and I'm sure we could find more if we looked a little harder, but I'm just getting impatient. Let's just go look over at the pocket. Okay, this is much better. So, if you look, excuse me, Floyd, we get into this little pocket. This is the one we started last time. And all along the walls, these are all smoky quartz crystals, and there's actually a bunch loose down here. I saw a few spots where there's splits in the rock, like over here, right there, that dark pocket. That's all smokies. And yeah, you can see they all continue all the way up here. So I'm gonna get out the hammer and we're gonna split a few, I think, and see what we can find. Oh man, those look like some nice good sized crystals right there. It looks like there's a split in it, so we might be able to pop that up as just one solid cluster. But check this out, what I just found. That is quite a few big crystals in there. You can see those points. I'll be getting my other camera out shortly to get a little better close-ups, but yeah, there's some interesting stuff right here I'm seeing. Oh yeah, look at those crystals poking out. Heck yeah. All right, let's see what we can get. I'm probably gonna move to a different cluster just because this one seems like it's gonna be really hard to get out without just destroying some crystals. Yeah, there's no real fissures along that pocket. I want it, but I'm afraid of breaking all those crystals on the way out. So let's check out another one. Well, Mr. Floyd is right where I want to be, so I poked at a different little pocket. I just pulled off this little cap rock. I see some crystals, but I think it's mostly the seam. So I'm gonna set this right here, and we're gonna, I think, try to pull this off, because this is literally just the whole quartz vein. I just want this piece right here. It's not very big, but I want it. All right, I got the exact piece I was looking at, as well as two others. They're super muddy, but I think they're gonna be good. And I really wish I had a toothbrush with me. That would help tremendously. You know, I actually might in the car. I'm gonna have to go check really quick. But yeah, you can see there is definitely some crystals in there. That one looks pretty good, I think. This was the one I was really hoping for good stuffs. You know what? I'm gonna go see if I have a toothbrush, and I'll be right back. All right, so good news. I do have a toothbrush. Bad news, that big one is actually not as good as I was hoping it would be. It's pretty decayed in a lot of spots. Oh, hello, Cyrus. Hello, thank you. The little one is decent, not great, but this one actually has some really, really nice crystals in there. So I think we'll keep that one. Also, I found this, and this is gonna clean up insane. That is gonna be so nice. Once we get back to the shop, all of these are gonna get an iron out bath because they, yeah, they benefit a lot from it. Here, I just got the other camera out so I can get closer up for you guys. See? These are just meshes. So many smoky quartz crystals in there. There's actually no matrix at all in this rock. It is literally just a mesh of crystals. You can see the crystal points in there. This is actually a bad example. These are bigger, but they're also more weathered. Where's a good example? Where's a good example? I just had one. Where did it go? Where did it go? Here's a better example. So most of them are actually gonna look more like this. And that is smoky quartz crystals growing out of a feldspar filled porphyry, and they are so cool. I love these things. They clean up incredibly. I think I have this one about ready to come. Yes, I do. Oh, yeah, that is covered in crystals. I just collected a bunch of these, which I love when these are cleaned up. They look so good. Hi, Alexis. Just little clusters of crystals, and I always make a point of collecting loose ones because they're just so perfect. These are actually little phantom quartz crystals, so it's like a crystal within a crystal, and they're just tiny little meshes. It's so bizarre. I love these things. Look how many crystals are in this mesh. That's like literally millions of crystals. See, once you get that cleaned off, that is just a cluster of solid crystals. They're little micro crystals, but man, I love these things. They're so cool. All right, I just saw something loose up here that I kind of want to pull out just to look at. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, but looks like there's some. I might want to wash it off first. Oh yeah, there's definitely crystals in there. Looks like it has heavily eroded up here. I was planning on doing some splitting of rocks, but yeah, nature did it for me. I'm gonna make a pile of stuff to clean and investigate a little further, because some of these do look interesting. All right, so this little one, definitely a keeper. There's some really nice stuff in there. This other one, it actually has some really, really good signs. I haven't gotten it completely cleaned off, but I see it is good enough to warrant bringing back. Only downside is it's huge, so I'm gonna try to split it a little bit, break it down a little more, because yeah, that's too big for me to want to bring. Sorry I'm not filming more, guys. It's kind of hard to film here with the digging, which means I can't really film while I'm doing it because I forgot a tripod, but I am finding some really interesting stuff. Sure, it probably won't look like a whole lot currently, but man, once these are back at the shop, cleaned off, and go through the iron out, they're going to be incredible. We are finding actually some really good stuff this time. Look at how many crystals are in that vein right there. Oh, that's going to clean up so well. I bet that continues on to the other side. Yep. Oh, it gets bigger on the other side. All right, yeah, definitely cleaning that. All right, well, I think that might do it for this spot. I have done as much poking around as I feel like, because we have somewhere else that we want to go, and it is a good distance away, so we should probably get on that before it gets too late. But man, these are going to look so good once they get put through that iron out. These are going to transform, and I will show you as soon as we get back to the shop. Before we start the drive once more, seriously, how insane is that view? Oh, it's so pretty. It's so very pretty. All right, well, time for the next thing. Step 2 and all that. All right, we're at the next spot, and this stuff is super cool. So these, let me see if I can find a good example. Well, you can see some cross sections in this rock. These are double terminated squat smoky quartz crystals, and they're really, really cool. I think that's a little complete one. I'll pull out my other camera so you guys can see them up close in just a moment. But yeah, I think we're early enough in the season that we should be able to find a good amount of loose, eroded, complete crystals. Like, I think that is one right there. Yep, it sure is. These are really cool. I love faceting these because they have like such a nice champagne color. They're not very big, so you can't really get a big stone out of them, but man, they're just really, really cool and very different. So we're gonna poke around here for just a little bit, and we gotta head back. There, you can see right there is a complete crystal in that matrix. That matrix is porphyry. I've actually found some loose ones, and they are really cool little things. I really like them. Come on, focus, you. Focus. Yeah, they're really cool. Sometimes they're a little more clear than others. Sometimes they're more of a, like this one's actually a good example, kind of red. Hello, dogs. But yeah, they're really, really cool, and I love finding them. And you can prep them with the air scribe to expose those crystals better. I like to check out these washes, especially this early in the season, because, oh yeah, that's a nice complete one right there. Because this early in the season, there's usually a lot of fresh, loose crystals in the washouts. Hello, Floyd. Oh, thank you for walking directly into my head. Oh, that's a good one. Look at you. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, if you just move this topsoil around, you can find so many complete little ones. They're very, very, very cool. Ooh, that's a nice one. Oh, sure, you would stop the second I get my camera out. He just dug himself a nice soft spot to sit down on. Yeah, who's a good boy? You tired, buddy? He's the grumblingest dog, I swear. Who's a good boy? So there's 3 things I like to keep my eyes out for. And that is loose, complete crystals. Crystals that have really good clarity for faceting. And then specimens like this with crystals inside the matrix still that I can prep with the air scrape. I know I mentioned this in the last video, but I love little desk specimens like this. Look at that perfect crystal just poking out of that porphyry. We could probably come in with the scribe and expose it a little more, but I just love that little specimen type stuff. How'd you do, Alexis? Oh man, you found a bunch of complete ones. Ooh, that's a good one right there. Heck yeah. Dang, there's a bunch of nice ones in there. One. What's your biggest one? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
They don't get much nicer than that. That's awesome. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a huge one actually.
Yeah. They
really don't get bigger than that. Jeez. Yeah, those are nice.
One, but
that'll be good for faceting. It looks nice and dark and clear.
I guess 2 incomplete, but
man, I can't get over how big that one is. That's awesome. Heck yeah, nicely done. All right, guys. Well, I think we found some really nice stuff today. I'm sure most of it probably doesn't look like much at the moment, but once we get back to the shop, they're going to transform. So I will see you all shortly. Alrighty, we are back at the shop. I have everything cleaned off. There's some really good stuff, some pretty good stuff, some not very good stuff, and some very, very, very good stuff. So, first things first, we need to make some iron out. And by make, I mean put iron out in warm water. So not really make, we're just putting it in, you know, feel like that's splitting hairs at this point, but it's still not making iron out. Because these pieces will transform like crazy when we put them in there. See, specimens like this, if you get it in the right light, there is perfect gloss on those crystals, but that reddish crusty stuff is iron buildup. So we need to get rid of that. The smaller ones will go really quick, like honestly a couple hours, they'll be fine. But most of them need to go overnight, so I want to get that set up first. But in the meantime, let's do the little ones. So I've got some hot water right here, and I've got iron out, not a sponsor. And I'm just gonna pour some in here. I am almost out, I need to get more to do the rest of these. And we're gonna start with the little clusters. If you look up close, they don't look like a whole lot right now. You can see some of those crystals peeking out. Man, when you put them through the iron out, they come out looking incredible. So we're gonna start with these. And I'm probably gonna put this one in there too, just because it's gonna take, I think, the most time. And yeah, I'll come back and check on them in about an hour. Sorry, I'm dressing the blade on my saw, so if there's background noise, that is why. But it also is a good thing because it means we can resume cutting rocks very soon. That poor blade. Man, that poor blade. The last cutting video did a number on that thing. I have the smaller ones in. They're in the iron out. I just got another bottle of iron out, which means we can actually put in the bigger pieces into a bucket of iron out to get them going so that they can go overnight. As you can see, you can actually see the iron layer on these pieces, and we want to get rid of that layer because, actually, here's another good example. Sorry, I have hiccups and they are not going away and it's frustrating. So if I stutter, that's why. You can see there's just so many crystals in this one, but they're all kind of dull. You can see that reddish coating on some of them. The reason we are doing this is because they will look like this when they come out of the iron out. And they are amazing. I love them so, so much. They are some of my favorite specimens to find. Alright, so the little ones have been soaking for like 4 hours. The big ones have been soaking for, I don't know, like 30 hours. So I think it is time to pull them all out, rinse them off, and let's get some close-ups and stuff. These are my favorites from the day, I think. So this is Alexis's monster squat Smoky Quartz, double terminated. They don't really get a whole lot bigger than that. That is so cool. Gotta love it. And then I have this piece. This is the porphyry matrix, but you can see there is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little one right there. Actually, that might be another one right there. Perfect, complete crystals. So at some point, I'm probably gonna prep that with the scribe. You can actually see if you get up close. All of those little squares are just feldspar crystals. How cool is that? Of course, I have to show these things. These are some of my favorites. These are just little tiny clusters of crystals. If you look closely, there's actually no matrix at all. It is literally just a mesh of itty bitty little tiny smoky quartz. How cool is that? This one actually has a pretty good crystal on it. They're just so cool. I've never seen anything else like these anywhere else. So many crystals. This tiny little thing that's like barely the size of my thumb probably has thousands of crystals in it. It's just awesome. I love it. And we got this little one. Isn't that just cool? I don't know. I can never get over these things. It's just so nice. And as if that wasn't cool enough, check this out. That little crystal right there, they are actually phantoms as well. It's gonna be hard to get that to shine for you. Come on, cooperate. Yeah, you can see the point inside of there. Isn't that cool? So yeah, not only are they itty bitty little baby smoky quartz clusters, the majority of them are also phantom crystals. Then we have this, which I think is my favorite out of all of the bigger pieces. Look at those crystals. I can't even get over it. It's just amazing. There is just so many in there, and they're all in such good condition. The closer you get, the more you just, yeah, there's thousands on this one rock. I don't know, I think it's really cool when you find a big crystal, like one big crystal, but there's just something about these clusters that just hits different. If I come in like this, you can really see. That's so cool. Look at that little cluster right there at the end. And that brings us to the two that are absolutely my favorite finds of the day, which is this one. Honestly, this could probably go back into the iron out, because there's still a little bit of iron on there that I could probably get rid of, but man, look at how many big white crystals are in there. And they are all skeletal quartz. Look at that, you see the structure on that? It's just wild. This is cool. So this is actually a point right here that comes down to two individual points down here. The structure on these things is just wild. All those nice shiny terminated faces. Again though, I could probably give this another day or two in the iron out to get rid of all of that black crusty stuff, but that is amazing. That is one of my favorite finds all day. But which should not come as a surprise. This is absolutely my favorite find of the whole day. Look at that. There's like little pieces of porphyry right in here and right here. But it literally is just those two little pieces. When you flip it over, look at how many crystals are in that thing. That is ridiculous. It's literally just a ball of smoky quartz points. And it cleaned up so well in that iron out. Gotta love it. And I really wish I had a macro lens so that I could just show you just how minuscule some of those crystals are. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. It just brings me joy and makes me smile. Well, I think that's going to do it for this one. And I just love these things. I'm definitely going to put this back into the bath because I think it's going to get even better. As of the time of this video, the runoff is here in full, which means no Yellowstone River hunts for a while. So that being said, expect more of this kind of stuff and fossil hunting and some other stuff, I'm sure, in the coming weeks, because we have entered the season of digging, as I call it. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite. I think it's gotta be this one. This is just insane. I'll have links to various stuff up in the description, including my second channel. Sorry, I should probably set this down. I just keep getting lost in it. Anyway, though, that is going to do it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.